Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the opening game of the Autumn Internationals 2024. What a game to get us started out with for this tournament. England going up against the All Blacks over in the Allianz Stadium, renamed, of course, from Twickenham. The All Blacks going into this one off of a bit of a shaky series in the Rugby Championship will be looking to get their season kicked off well and truly in a positive manner. England looking to come back after not playing for a good few months. A lot of testing going on in the team lineups today. Let's see how they get on as Marcus Smith will get us kicked off and underway, kicking a very high ball, going kind of along the wind, allowing it to travel, getting all the way out there. Picked up, though, by Sam Cane and Ardy Sarvea, now bouncing through a couple of different players. Great offload there to the prop, offer to Fassi, getting in there now as it gets around. Oh, and still going is Geordie Barrett. I don't think anyone's back there. Who's going to get across for him? What a great opening try for New Zealand. Geordie Barrett just carving open this England defence in the first 3 minutes. Not what they will have expected playing at home today. What a great offload that was. There was just nobody there. Should have done a bit better there by the fullback. That's not what they want to be seeing there. And Geordie Barrett runs over. Beautiful early try. Elliot Daly playing out on the left wing this weekend. Couldn't get back across to able to shut him down. And Geordie Barrett goes over for the opening try. His brother Bowden to step up for kicking duties, playing in the 10 today. There was a lot of swapping around during the Rugby Championship, but Bowden Barrett will be taking kicking duties today. We do, of course, still have in the fullback position Damien McKenzie still in the team, swapping out from that 10 shirt today. Did play a lot of 10 during the Rugby Championship, but switching it up this weekend. And Margie Smith will get us kicked off and underway once again, hoping for a better restart. The ball still travelling quite far, and actually no one catching it. Very windy down there on the pitch today, and as you can see, both teams struggling with that restart straight from the off as we go for our first line-out of the game. Collected well, though. In an England jersey, there was Tom Curry able to pick that one up. The ball spread out wide. Dombrand out to Tom Curry, who's being able to try and make a bit meters through that New Zealand defence. Spreading out to the left. Dombrand out to Marchant. One more out to Elliot Daly. Might not have been happy to have not got back to have stopped that first try. Oh, well done, though, by Damien McKenzie, being able to just scoop up that ball, stopping any tries coming in for England early on in this one. And New Zealand get us kicked off back once again. This time the ball going out to Marcus Smith, trying something different there. A bit of a grower kick through, or doesn't work. Picked up by the try scorer. Geordie Barrett contained very well by this New Zealand defence. And another great box kick there coming in by TJ Pirinar as it goes out to George Furbank. Won't be happy with that early tackle missed, allowing that first try. Gets the kick over the head of Will Jordan, returns the favour back up into the England half. Elliot Daly trying to run across, thinks he's spotted some space. Oh, a bit of a charge down, though, by Geordie Barrett. He's just been everywhere today so early on. Gets another great piece of work there in the charge down. This time the ball going out to Will Jordan. Gets a nice spin around the outside. Oh, gets hunted down by Ellis Genge. Couldn't keep the ball in his hands, and Will Jordan bounces that one out into touch. Great spin round there, but a great tackle coming in by the England loose head to be able to knock him down, knocking that ball loose and going into touch. And we'll go for our first scrum of the game. It's been full intensity so far. Let's see how they'll get on at scrum time. This is an area both teams will want to dominate in order to put themselves on a front foot when it gets round to that set piece area. England love to get involved with a really solid scrum, but New Zealand got some great players in there as well, as it looks like England have managed to collect no meters made, and Ben Youngs this time wants to try and get that ball out quickly. Oh, just about gets there on the bounce pass. Marcus Smith gets out to Radwin. He's going to try and outrun Bowden Barrett. Goes around the outside. Great pass back inside, though, to Marchant, managing to just outrun his man, and Charlie Lewis manages to pick up the ball, but a knock-on gives away an advantage. England looking to try and make a bit of a breakaway there. Doesn't work for them. This time Ethan de Groot gets absolutely smashed in the tackle, and England jackal well over the ball. The referee will pull them back for that earlier advantage in the knock-on there by Charlie Ewells. The ball just going loose in the tackle once again. It hasn't been raining at all, so the ball should be nice and dry today, but there's been a couple of knock-ons early on in this game already. And this time New Zealand to go in for the scrum. Let's see how their put-ins will do. England are 1 from 1 so far. They'll be trying to look to disrupt this ball as best they can as Piranara puts the ball in to the scrum. Who will get that early advantage? Looks like New Zealand have got a bit more of a shove on this time, and the ball actually going with them. The referee potentially looking to award a penalty here if England can't shut this one down. They're managing to hold it up. No dropping of the scrum. Nice to see as it gets out to Severus, who had what a fantastic rugby championship this boy had in the Mad Dragon Rugby Championship. Oh man, and the ball not actually going into touch. I thought the referee called that one. Bounces off the head of an England player looking for the interception. New Zealand somehow still managing to recover. Marcus Smith running in for another great interception line there. Still only one try on the board so far. They go out wide this time, out to Will Jordan. Gets another sidestep around his opposite number on this wing. It's been very competitive down on this right-hand wing. They're just looking for a bit more space for Will Jordan. You can feel like the magic is right on the edge of being able to come on that wing. Oh, New Zealand not supporting their own ruck though, and England do get the turnover as Ben Youngs passes out to Dombrand, back out to Radwan, thinks there's maybe room down this wing, or maybe a bit of a late tackle there. The ball will just about bounce infield before bouncing out, which will give England a great attacking position here as they steal the line out by Charlie Ewels. Ben Youngs charges up for Marcus Smith, looking for his support runners. Oh, well wrapped up. I think once again that is Geordie Barrett. What a game he is having today. That New Zealand defence not giving up. And Ellis Genge this time wants to get around. It's Geordie Barrett once again who's got back to his feet to make a second tackle. Man of the match potential performance already in there for him. George Furbank thinks he's seen room over the top there. Could be on for a 50-22. If it manages to bounce its way out, I think it's just gone too far. That was nearly absolute pinpoint perfect kicking there going in by the England fullback. But another steal at the line-up. The line-up hasn't worked well for New Zealand today as they manage now. England are spreading it out wide as they get out to Will Jordan's trying to get over that covered defence. As Elliot Daly making a charge down, trying to get around Damien McKenzie in that fullback position. Doesn't manage to make the tackle. And Elliot Daly will bring England back into this game, scoring right in the corner. That line-out situation, something New Zealand will have to keep an eye on because it has not worked for them at all today. Getting it out there, Joe Marchant charging down that wing, drawing in the winger. Rico Ioane does well to manage to get back across. Oh, sorry, it's Anton Leonard-Brown in the outside centre today. Gets back across for that tackle. But Damien McKenzie, maybe should have done better there to have tried to close down that space and not let him get over. Marcus Smith to take the conversion. Let's see how he gets on today. It's a nicely weighted kick straight through the middle of the posts. And it brings England back all 7-all apiece. New Zealand looking for a response. They go for a high ball. It's actually fallen really short. I don't think he'll be happy with that. Bowden Barrett, yeah, shaking his head there. Not happy with that one at all. Will give England a scrum on the halfway line. This will be exactly what the coaches will be happy for. Can they finish this first half strong? The opening 20 was feeling very New Zealand based, but England have slowly managed to grind their way back into this game as we go in for another scrum. The first one looked very solid for England. It did begin to get a little bit shaky afterwards though, as England want to get this one out quickly as Ben Youngs trying to charge around Georgie Barrett there. The ball bouncing out to Marcus Smith, getting it back out to the try scorer. Elliot Daly gets a grubber kick on. It's a race between him and Dalton Papali'i, who's going to get there first. Oh, to dive in, it's Elliot Daly. He's on for his second, making something out of nothing. What an unbelievable try. I can't believe he actually managed to get round for that, chasing down a flanker. Dalton Papali'i is not a slouch by any means. He is a very fast player for such a big man. Again, Marcus Smith, that was McKenzie slightly out of position, not getting back there. And Elliot Daly beating him back for that touchdown. Great work by the winger for England here, being able to draw them back into this game. And from an opening 20 where I thought New Zealand were going to be looking to be very dominant, England could be going in at half-time with a 7-point lead. Let's hope Bowden Barrett can get off to a better kickoff. Oh, on the second one does. It manages to find grass. England put under all sorts of pressure here as they try and make their way outside of their 22. I don't think they're going to be able to do it. Oh, Ben Youngs. Oh, I don't think that was what he wanted. Not supported by his own man. I think he just got a little bit shaken up because the ball popped out. Had to be used. Oh, there's a huge hit coming in there by Marcus Smith on Dalton Papali'i, a tough man. I mean, he's not just a slouch, he's also a massive guy. Huge tackle coming in there by Marcus Smith. And the referee has given him a yellow card. It's gone for bunker review about how dangerous it was. Did land on his back. It might go that it might stay as a yellow card, but it has given New Zealand what a great advantage right at the end of this first half as Anton Leonard-Brown gets the offload. I think it's once again Geordie Barrett, who has been everywhere today, gets over for his second. This is not a position England will have thought they could have been in. I thought it was just going to be an easy clearance off. That one ball that just popped out of that ruck has cost England so dearly here. putting them under huge pressure. New Zealand with another very well-worked try. Just the handling from New Zealand today has been brilliant. And Geordie Barrett goes over for his second, and Bowden will look to go for his second conversion of the game. And does. Slotted through nicely. 14 all apiece as we go in at half-time. Who doesn't love the Autumn Internationals? Well, what an exciting game to get us kicked off in the 2024 Autumn International Series. England going up against the All Blacks, and it's been non-stop thrills early on in this game. New Zealand getting off to a fantastic start. A great, well-worked try, offloading hands coming in from multiple players, setting Geordie Barrett on his way. Maybe should have done better by the England defence, but Geordie Barrett getting over for the opening try just 3 minutes into this game, slotted through by Bowden Barrett to put New Zealand on the board early on at 7-0. England have been fighting back strong though, slowly making that graft work for them. A couple of kicks into that backfield has been putting New Zealand under pressure. It has been defended pretty well by the fullback Damien McKenzie, and a couple of missed kicks for them going slightly too far has been punishing England, but doing the right things necessary. And it was eventually Elliot Daly managing to get over for the opening try for England, scoring down on this left-hand wing. Maybe McKenzie should have done better to have defended that one. Marcus Smith slotting it through to draw them back all level, 7 points apiece. And only a couple of minutes later, you have to wait till the second try for Elliot Daly, working off the back of a scrum, managing to make the most of that room. Still a lot of work to do for Elliot Daly, getting the grubber kick round, managing to beat Dalton Papali'i over to the ball to score his second try, started through as well by Marcus Smith. You might have been thinking that England had done exactly what they needed to do, getting 7 points in the lead, just going to kick it off for half-time, but the ball popping out of the ruck, forcing Ben Young to try and do something with the ball, getting turned over, and a bit of desperation kicking in as Marcus Smith goes for a huge tackle on Dalton Papali'i, sending him off for a yellow card for a dump tackle. The review has come back in this half-time saying it will remain a yellow card, so he will be coming back onto the pitch. New Zealand making the most of the advantage though, kicking it into touch and going for a fantastic set play. Great hands by the New Zealand players, and Geordie Barrett getting over his second try of the game, who has just been everywhere today. Slotted through as well by Bowden Barrett. 14 all at half-time, all still to play for, and England still down a man for the opening few minutes of the second half. So much to get into. Let's get the second half kicked off and underway. On to the second half then, and Bowden Barrett to get us kicked off and underway. A couple of swaps coming in already as George Furbank has gone off for George Ford, who's going to slot in to that 10 position with Marcus Smith remaining off the field for the next 8 minutes or so. But England trying to make the most, even with that man disadvantage getting out there. Oh, taken down as TJ Perenara picks up the loose ball. Thought it was driven into touch. Does well to hold on to it though. They've also had Randall has also come on at the scrum half position for England. I don't think the coaches were too happy about Ben Young's missing that potential play to just kick the ball out and put them in the lead at half-time. New Zealand, though, with this early advantage, though, from the turnover, trying to make the most of it. The ball shipping out wide as Randall there, charging across. Can't get the tackle on. The ball's gone high. Who's there to collect it? I think. Oh, no, it's Bowden Barrett. They do look similar. They are brothers. I thought that was Geordie Barrett on for his hat-trick. Great work, though. Bowden Barrett going over for his try. New Zealand making the most of that advantage. George Ford, of course, coming in at that 10. They are missing the fullback. They're missing someone in that backfield. That great up and under kick there coming in. Well collected by Bowden, and now to convert his own try. What a non-stop try-scoring game this has been already. And just like that first half, New Zealand making the most of this early attacks in this game to get onto the scoreboard. And Bowden Barrett, ooh, it is given as going over the post. That was about as close as you could do to missing it. There is a lot of wind down on that pitch. And let's see how England can bounce back from this. They are still waiting to get up to their full contingent here as Slade takes in the ball. Only a few minutes away from seeing Marcus Smith back on the field. Oh, Itoje wrapped up by Dalton Papali'i. New Zealand absolutely swarm that ruck. They aren't managing to get a turnover, but put him under some big pressure there as Elliot Daly, tries to get a kick around the outside, bouncing off the knee there of the New Zealand player. onto the line out then, and just before this line out's taken place, Luke Cowan-Dickie has come onto the field for Jamie George, but that line out not working for them well at all. Oh, New Zealand already charging up the field. They're having to get closed down very well there. It's Marcus Smith back on the field, has managed to get across to make that tackle there, stopping them down. Oh, and Henry Slade has been driven all the way back here. England right on their own 22. What can they do? Is Randall, tried to just snipe out a run. It hasn't worked for them. And New Zealand dragged them back over. They are using these up and under kicks to be absolutely devastating. England up to a full 15, but what a tough position to defend from now. England do have a new hooker on in the scrum. Will give them a little bit more in terms of fresh legs. But this New Zealand scrum has worked very well for them today. Let's see how they get on this time as Perenara slides the ball in to the scrum. New Zealand look to get that early shove on. It's going to be a tough ask to defend from here as Slade rushes out to be able to shut him down. Oh, it's Geordie Barrett once again has just been the target man all day and goes over for his hat-trick. He's the only one in that huddle there with a covered in green shirt. You can see the work he's put in just by how much his kit has been worn out in this game. Great scrum coming in by New Zealand, shifted out wide. Great bit of interlinking play here between the centre partnership this weekend. And dots it over. Marcus Smith just bouncing off the tackle, going around the legs. And New Zealand are on for this one. This could be a high-scoring game. England will need to do something very impressive to get back into this one. They just can't seem to get anything right. The line-out letting them down earlier on as well has been one of their areas of strength in this game. But New Zealand making the most of it. And Beauden Barrett slides that one through to take it out to 28 points to 14. And George Ford to get us kicked off once again. This time England go for a deep kick. Henry Slade is chasing this one down like an absolute madman as he rushes up. Oh, managing to keep the ball in play. Superb work there by Severis. I thought he was getting knocked into touch all day long. And Geordie Barrett gets another just superb offload there, getting out now. Oh, but this time potentially slightly outmanned here. No, but doing well to bounce through the players. England still being put on this back foot. England are just struggling to get back into this game as New Zealand are looking to be so aggressive, and it's working so well for them. This time the ball going out to Marchant, getting wrapped up in that tackle once again, and Ellis Genge wants to try and get them underway quickly as Ford also can't get around this New Zealand brick wall. There is just no way through there as it gets out to Radwin, tries to take a grubber kick through, doesn't work out, collected well by Rees this time, but driven into touch, giving England some sort of grasp into this game. Now the last line out didn't work well for them at all. Let's see how it works out this time. They go for the front man. Going in is Itoje. They pop it off to Dombrandt, managing to sidestep his man. Another huge tackle going in there from Dalton Papali'i. He's had a huge defensive effort today. Let's see what England can do with it. Henry Slade thinks something slightly different, maybe trying to get it out round the back. Doesn't work for them. And New Zealand once again get a turnover at that breakdown. Oh, but a slight miscommunication there. I think there's been an issue with the ball actually being kicked into the player ahead of him. The ref's actually given that as a knock-on. I'm not sure that's the correct call. I think it might have been an accidental offside. I think it was from there. I think it accidentally kicked into his own player. But England will have the scrum. 10 minutes left on the board. Can they get back into this game? It's going to be a tough ask. They need to score a try very, very soon to feel like they could get maybe back into this game. Let's see how they can do off the back of the scrum. It's been an area that's been pretty even so far in terms of their own put-ins. What can England do from here as they try and go? Actually, they've gone up the right-hand side this time. Randall gets it out to Radwin, being chased down by his opposite number. And Will Stewart there collects the ball. They're trying to put pressure on this New Zealand defence. Sam Underhill can't get that offload away. Wrapped up very well by New Zealand. The maul not working for them. And Luke Cowan-Dickie shipping out wide to Marchant. One more getting out to Daly. Goes for the up and under. Big ask to be able to get on the end of this ball. Does. Oh, but well received by Mackenzie to shove him into touch. A lot of pressure being put on New Zealand here, but they're dealing very well with it. Being driven back though. Oh, there's a turnover at the breakdown. Randall gets it out to Yules. Can't make it through. England know a try needs to come in very soon to have any chance of being able to pull something from this game. Where do they go? They go out to the left this time. Cowan-Dickie out to Elliot Daly. He's already on 2. Can't get over for his hat-trick today. England holding on. Only a couple of minutes left on the clock. Tom Curry gets the offload away to Marchant. Goes out wide to Radwin. Can he get into the corner? Can't quite manage it, and New Zealand have men at that ruck. It's another great turnover. They box kick away. That is going to be the game done and dusted, but England will want to take something away from this game. One final score to say it wasn't a 14-point game. Chased down George Ford. There was Ethan de Groot. He's got good feet for such a big guy. And eventually a forward pass coming in there from Sam Underhill would have sent the man on his way. And New Zealand take this one comfortably. 28 points to 14. A huge score. Geordie Barrett walking away there in the background of this screen. What a game he has had. An absolute man of the match performance today. New Zealand will feel very, very happy with a job well done. But what do you guys think? Could this be a similar scoreline to something we could be seeing on the weekend in the Autumn Internationals? Or do you think England are in for a great game with the home advantage? Let me know down in the comment section, guys. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.